Hello, Cancer. Welcome to Tarot of One with R. Joseph. This is going to be your weekly reading for the week of April 28th to May 4th, 2024. This is going to be a general reading for those of you that have Cancer in your sun, moon, or rising sign. Now, keep in mind that this is a general reading. If you're finding that it's not resonating with you, please leave it behind for somebody else. And go check out our your moon or rising sign, and one of those readings might align with you a little bit more. That way, you can just get an idea of what the energies are surrounding, and maybe even check out all three signs, and maybe you can kind of triangulate to really help navigate you through whatever situations you're going to be going through this week, Cancer. Now, as I'm shuffling, I just want to take this time to just thank everybody. Really appreciate you coming here to Tarot of One and checking out our readings. And if you enjoy our content, please subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. And then if you do that, go ahead, hit that, ring that bell for the notifications. That way we can let you know when we put more videos out. And then go ahead and give us a like. Leave a comment down below. Any criticism is accepted, and we'll take that into consideration. Now, let's get started with you, Cancer. Let's see what we have going for you for this week. We're going to start with the King of Pentacles. That King of Pentacles, that air and earth coming together to be in that spot of abundance, of practicality. Let's see what's crossing you at this point, Cancer, and start putting this picture together for you for this week. Looks like some temptation might abound. With that Seven of Cups energy, there's choices, options. From this spot where you start at the King of Pentacles, it seems like maybe these choices, these doors you have available to you are varied. Some are going to be better for you in the long run. Some could have hidden dangers. Let's see what's underlying all of this so we can really start to put this together for you, Cancer. The Eight of Wands. That decisive action in a particular direction, in a particular way. What are you coming out of? What has just happened in your recent past? The Hermit. Looks like you're coming out of a spot of, looks like you've been doing some soul searching, and honestly, with the way that the planets are working for you in the beginning of this cycle, you've taken some time to have some clear insights, some revelations of, as you've taken some time to be introspective and really kind of assess what is going around with you in this hermit position. It seems like you've taken that time to make some difficult decisions, and it appears as though with that Eight of Wands energy, there is a direction that you're able to go in. Let's see what's a possible outcome for you with all of this. The Five of Cups. With that Five of Cups, and with that Five of Cups energy for you, Cancer, it is whatever you're going through or coming through at this point, that you've already done some soul searching, some real assessment of what this situation is. It appears as though there is some loss, and it could be loss of of a loved one. It could be loss of a relationship. Whatever this is that you've done some pondering and really thinking on, what you do have to keep in mind that if this is where you find yourself in, that there are those two cups behind you that are still full. You still have a lot, and those those cups that are behind you at a time of loss, at a time of changing, whether a relationship is lost, whether a loved one is lost, whatever that situation might be, we always have to take that time to really look at all we still do have, and all those people, all those cups that still do need us, that still need our emotional support and we need their love back. So let's see what's in your immediate future to see if this starts to put this together for us, Cancer. That Eight of Swords. With that Eight of Swords, that's a that's a place that you put yourself in. You can easily, there's nothing holding you there. You could walk around those. You could get right out of it. But you're kind of putting yourself in your own head. And that's kind of where you were coming from with that hermit, that introspectiveness, that really inside, that soul searching, that contemplation. And you find yourself there again. And you're almost imprisoning yourself in that, Cancer. Where does this put you now? What are we really dealing with here, Cancer? The Nine of Wands. With that Nine of Wands, now you find yourself in a position where you've done this work, whatever these decisions are that you've had to make, and maybe it's of these maybe these cups represent relationships that you're with your as you take more clear insight into whatever's surrounding you, you come up with revelations that maybe there's difficult decisions to be made. Maybe there's a relationship that you see is no longer good for you, and it brings you to a place where you're going to have some difficult discussions. It's going to take guts, and you could see where this puts you. Bumps, bruises. You're a little banged up in making these decisions, but you're fortifying yourself. You're coming at it from a place of strength. Like, these aren't easy decisions, and as you see, that's something that's you've been contemplating with anyways, feeling almost trapped and forced to make these decisions. It really comes out as, I'm really feeling like there's some relationships, and it looks like it might be more than one, that aren't serving you any longer. It's more of a liability than an asset for you at this point. And it seems like you have a clear direction, and you know what needs to be done in this case. Let's take a look at what's in your environment here, Cancer, to try to really clarify this picture, what we're doing here. A new partnership. This really lends more to it. And now with that, you're going to see that's one of your cards here, Cancer. With that gives a little bit more strength to that card for you in this position. With this in your environment, with this new changes, these decisions you're having to make, with these choices that are looming, that are crossing you, whatever these decisions are, and one of the possible outcomes is having to maybe choose to let some of these cups go and let some of these relationships go and move on, like fortify what you're left with and move forward. But it looks like when you do that, there's partnerships and new beginnings, a fresh start of balance, of duality, of of togetherness that is really in the air. It's around you. So it looks like you've really been thinking about this. Let's see let's see if there's another fear or hope or what is going to come out for us right here. Hope. More what you're over Cancer. You were already deep with water. The water, being a water sign and being a very emotional person as you are, the emotion is just bursting with this reading so far, and it's the choices of these relationships and with this as your hope, you hope to strengthen these relationships that remain after these difficult decisions are made. Let's see where this is going to bring you, Cancer. To the High Priestess. Brings you to a place. And the likely outcome and the possible outcome. See, this possible outcome is mourning. Really kind of stuck in that loss of these relationships or old business partnerships or old whatever it is that you've, with your introspection and really looking inside, whatever you've decided doesn't behoove you to keep around you anymore. One part of you is kind of consumed with worrying about that and really dwelling on that loss. What I can see you doing here as this High Priestess, though, is from that spot that you started out with as the Hermit, and you've already done the introspection, you've already done the soul searching, you've already you've assessed everything, you know where everything is at. Now you find yourself, after fortifying here, moving into this place of intuition, of really understanding, not only emotionally but spiritually, where you are trying to be with this. Let's delve a little bit deeper. I want to really see I want to get a little clarification of what is troubling you here. What are these relationships that are really making you reassess everything? Sticking with the same theme of the Smith Rider-Waite tarot that we're going with here, I'm gonna pull out the negative deck to kind of help us pull out whatever this negative attributes that are kind of hovering over here. Why are we trying to dwell in that here for you, Cancer? Let's see what we can pull out of this. Nice. Okay. Whatever decision you made over here as that Hermit coming into this situation that put you in that place of decision making as that King of Pentacles in this real world, in this manifest reality that we find ourselves in, with these choices that are laid in front of you. And these choices seem to be of who stays in this circle, in this whatever this is. This seems to be more personal relationships that you're dealing with here, Cancer. And some of these relationships that seem to be toxic for you. And you know they're toxic. But you keep yourself in these because you feel you have to. You've come to the realization that it's time for things to change. That judgment day has come. That cleansing water has come over and really washed over everything. And now you're left assessing the situation. You're left looking around at what you're left with and what relationships are around. And instead of sitting there mourning over these changes that you have to make, feel confident in the place that you start over here on this path to bringing this all to fruition and fortifying that position with that Nine of Wands. Into this area where you have the new partnership blossoming and the new, maybe not even a new friendship, maybe strengthening these remaining cups that are behind you, that you're, instead of mourning for what you had to change, now you get to reinforce. And by reinforcing, you bring this Four of Wands energy in, where you're really with these remaining friendships, these remaining relationships, these remaining family members, friends, whatever is happening here for you, Cancer. Now, after this judgment has been made, after you were in that hermit position, contemplating what was going to happen once this renewal is going to have to take place, and you are going to build this new stable, beautiful structure for your friends, for your family, for these people that are going to remain in your circle after what you have just been through. And in this place that you find yourself in, of strong intuition, of knowing full, and not just knowing what's on the outside of this situation, you know the depths of it, you know the inner workings, that with that time you took to be introspective with this hermit over here, this hermit energy that you were in before, Cancer. Now when you find yourself down this path as the high priestess, now with that full knowledge of the situation, with that insight, even knowing what's underneath, what's behind the curtain, of taking both these, again, the duality, the partnership, the male energy, the female energy, the emotions, everything that you are putting together here, Cancer. It's not easy. When we're left at times where we have to kind of dive back into our relationships and kind of rewind all those different scenarios that have played out. And when we rewind that in our head, and at the time we kind of let things go and just think, it is what it is. But at times there becomes a time, especially for you, Cancer, like with that deep well of emotion that you come from, and that, like, forgiveness is something that comes natural to you, that empathy. Sometimes that empathy can come back and hurt you, though, and you trap yourself in your head in these relationships sometimes, instead of just letting that go. These three cups that are knocked over, these relationships that you have to let go, you have to just let that go. You have to focus on what remains to build that positive powerful, beneficial partnership and relationship and friendship. And whether that be love, whether that be friendship, whether that be in business, whatever form that happens to take form in for you during this time, Cancer, you have the strength to create a powerful, strong base to move into this renewal after this judgment was taken. Cancer, thank you so much for coming here and sharing in these energies with us. This situation that you're going through, you have taken the time. You've already, with clear insight, you've come to these revelations that you know the changes that need to be made. I hope Source and the universe grant you the energy and power to move through this with the confidence and with the insight I know that you can find yourself in. Thank you so much for coming here today and joining us for this reading. And all of you, thank you for coming to Tarot of One with R. Joseph. We appreciate it so much. If you enjoy this content, if you enjoy these readings, please subscribe, hit that notification bell so we can let you know when we put out more videos. Give us a like and leave a comment below. Again, thank you.